Go study arts in London.
Kok nggak mau sih? Bingung deh, orang mau dikirim ke London nggak mau tuh gimana sih?
It's not bullcrap, tapi I just love this country so much. Here, if your car breaks down, somebody's gonna pull over and help you. A bengkel is not too far. It's like 300 meters away. Marriage is expensive, yeah? She wanted to get married when we were on our 5th year.
Okay.
And I thought to myself, oh, it's a bit too early gitu. If you really love me, you'd wait. We want to bring a kid to this problematic earth gitu. Bertahun-tahun melakukan podcast dan diwawancara dan segala macam. The most important thing adalah mendengarkan kan. Banyak hal yang gue sampaikan tapi mereka tidak menangkap itu 100%. Jadi memiliki opini sendiri yang gue pengen bantah tapi harusnya nggak usah kayak it's just wasting my time gitu.
Jangan kebanyakan bahasa Inggris dong gitu.
Oh, itu gue udah kebal.
Atau apa gitu kan.
Yeah. Orang-orang udah pada ngebantu tuh. Udah kayak ya lo nya aja kali yang bego misalnya gitu kayak oh, wow.
Teman Sia, welcome to CEO Room with me Marian, where we think bigger and be rich. Hari ini kayaknya aku kayak baru ngeliat ini orang loh. Ternyata kemarin aku baru nonton dia di Ratu-Ratu Queens. Hello, Iyas Lawrence.
Is that my new apa ya?
Actor now.
Profession? You're giving me goosebumps.
Artis loh sekarang, Iyas.
Artis ya.
Welcome, Iyas.
No, thank you for having me.
Yeah. Apa kabar?
Tired? No, tired. Cuman I think when you said actor gitu, I always thought it was a joke gitu apa segala macam. I've never seen myself sampai detik ini di Ratu-Ratu Queens. I haven't watched.
Masa? Kenapa? Malu
banget sih. Malu banget.
Padahal itu bukan Iyas loh. Jadi maksudnya it's someone else. Maksudnya you're acting as someone else kan?
Yeah. That's what I heard. Cuman iya, gue kan bukan yang kayak main cast gitu. Jadi a little glimpse. So I don't know if I consider that acting. Cuman it is acting. Cuman nggak sesuatu yang gue deep banget sih.
You were very good, by the way.
Really?
To give you more comfort in watching time. You were very good, very convincing orang Jawa ya.
Really? Thank you.
Dengan segala kemendokannya.
Thank you.
By the way, yes, terakhir kita ngobrol ya, terakhir with cameras ngobrol tuh ternyata udah 4 tahun yang lalu.
4 tahun lalu.
Di mana kita belum menjadi Tias Media.
You were still golfing. Paddle wasn't around yet, yeah.
I'm still not paddling, not yet.
Oh, still not yet.
I mean, udah buat event-event doang, cuma nggak regular. Because I know you're very active. Apa kabar golf? Jangan ditinggalkan dong. Gue kehilangan teman.
Gue bilang gini, bahwa seseru-serunya paddle, I think golf is still my number one sports of for meditating gitu, for healing, kayak it's just so peaceful and
still
serene.
Your favorite sport.
It's still my favorite sport.
Sama gue juga.
Kan? Yeah.
Padahal I do so many sports. I run, I do this, I do that. I spend so much time in other sports. Tapi golf is still my favorite, number one.
Iya kan.
Padahal jarang ya.
Jarang sih. Tapi sekalinya golf tuh kayak you crave it if you don't do it, right?
Lihat orang main golf pengen main kan.
Oh, pengen banget. Gila.
But kan you're so good at golf.
I'm okay.
Any other sports or hobby?
I grew up in Jakarta. I grew up in Bekasi and Bali. So I grew up doing in Bali. When I was in Bali, I used to surf a lot. Jadi surfing was always my go-to sports ketika ada di Bali. Tapi ketika lagi ada di Bekasi ya, ataupun di Bali, bokap selalu ngajak golf. So it's always those two sports.
So you were a surfer, dude.
Yeah. So that's how I trained my dog to come with me, so all the chicks would come and just wow, surfer dude with a dog, kayak pada lemah kan di situ. But that didn't end well. But yeah, so surfing and golf.
Surfing and golf.
Yeah.
Jadi actually I want to touch a little bit about the acting thing. So kan nggak pernah nyangka jadi maksudnya ada peran di sebuah series or film, I guess.
Yeah.
How do you feel when you act?
It's unique ya, Mer. Karena I said to myself bahwa I've been doing this for how long have you been doing this podcast media thing?
Sebentar. I mean, this is not. I'm just doing this because I'm part of the business.
Of course.
Tapi, I love doing the business.
Over 5 years?
Enggak lah, 5 years lah.
5 years
2019, 2020.
Kita kan mirip-mirip ya. I've been doing this for 7-8 years gitu, and I get pretty kayak agak sisi capeknya gitu ngelakuin ini. So I want to try something new. And there was a casting dari Mas Lucky gitu. Here's a script, Ratu-Ratu Queens, kayak it did amazing with Alien Ratu-Ratu Queen, so why don't I give it a try gitu. So I did that. Ada peran Johto gitu. I was so invested in it, kayak mas-mas Jawa tapi di New York. Apakah logatnya masih kental atau gimana gitu. So I did that. It was fun. Shooting was fun. Don't get me wrong. Tapi it's one of the most difficult things I've ever done.
Acting.
Iya, karena all those details of, did I touch my glasses? Was I looking here? Where was my eye contact at? Gitu. Jadi banyak hal-hal yang baru dipelajarin. So I said to myself, I'm never doing this again, and it's so difficult. Gitu. The other main reason adalah karena banyak orang yang jauh lebih berhak mendapatkan posisi Johto itu. Karena gue ngelihat para extras apa segala macam, they deserve it and they really want to do it. Not long after that, I get a few calls again. Ngambil beberapa peran, so
maksudnya setelah syuting
Ratu-Ratu Queens.
Jadi we're gonna see you more.
So this surprise! So this year there's gonna be 2 more titles.
Wow.
Sound like an actor.
So, gitu sih kok gitu apa?
Yeah, karena for me it's weird. Karena I've never been trained to do this in front of camera. 2 lagi, 1 peran jadi dokter cameo doang biasa. Tapi yang 1 lagi it's more intense. There's an intimate scene, ada intimate coordinator, semua involved.
Intimate scene.
So it's weird. I had to talk to my wife about it. I had to talk to my family about it. So that's gonna happen. That particular film, gue ngerasa bahwa gila ini. It's a whole different level sih untuk ada di dunia itu, karena not a lot of people can be in the moment, apalagi dapat peran yang sebegitu susah. So I'm excited to be doing this now. Akhirnya melakukan sesuatu untuk pertama kalinya setelah 8 tahun yang nge-podcast aja gitu.
Interesting. Congratulations. I think that's a new achievement unlocked.
Yes. Are you gonna do that as well?
No, I'm not.
No?
Enggak, gue enggak. I'm not a performer.
Gue
mungkin kayak lo, cuma pernah ada one production inquired. Terus inquired to my PA and I said, ini kamu nggak salah ini. It's not me gitu, enggak. Kamu salah, nggak mau bu, nggak mau, saya nggak mau, ini bukan saya gitu. No gitu.
I said that to my manager, which my manager is also my wife. Jadi it was more of a discussion of a husband and wife thing. Kayak, if you really want to do something new for the first time again, this is your opportunity. Terus kayak, okay, do it. Didn't enjoy it, and then until the 3rd one was like, oh wow, it's actually
lama-lama jangan-jangan ini nih nanti bakal
I don't know.
Bakal nagih nih.
Let's not jinx it. Tapi watch out, Reza Rahadian.
Tapi ini lucu ya, maksudnya I really want to know a bit of your back. I mean, I think we've talked about this dulu di TS Talks lah ya, but I think we talked about your family gitu kan. Cuma I want to know dari segi your life purpose tuh berat ya. Some people don't know their life purpose.
Do you?
I think it takes a while to discover.
Yeah. I don't know what mine is.
Iya, makanya it takes a while to discover. Actually, I went to a learning event yesterday. How to discover your life purpose. Susah sih, it's pretty deep.
What was the syllabus?
Ya?
What was the syllabus? Gue penasaran aja.
Garis besar ya. Garis besar pertama, if I ask you now ya, as far as I know, what is my life purpose is, can you complete that?
No.
Masa? Enggak. Kan ada orang yang misalnya, my life purpose is to inspire others, atau misalnya to serve others.
But that's
not specific. That's not specific enough.
Oh, okay. I mean, if it's
karena ada life goals, ada purpose. It's 2 different things.
Got it. Okay.
Jadi your life goals should support your life purpose, but you have to figure out your life purpose dulu. Selama ini kayaknya kita punya life goals.
Bukan life purpose. Well, I don't know. Some people udah tahu ya. Cuma I think it's a deep journey to discover. It's very interesting. Very interesting. I went through the whole thing kayak interesting lah. It's a whole exercise. Anyway, Iyas Lawrence. Siap. Iyas is short for something? What's the history behind the name? No. My mother likes to joke around, so I asked her one day, why Iyas gitu? Why not Ilyas? Why not Diaz? Why? Kenapa yang tidak lebih umum gitu? She said she was very happy when she got pregnant. She was very happy when she delivered me. So she shouted, yes. I think that's
Yes,
a joke.
gitu ya.
Yes, gitu. But mungkin diambil dari Nabi Ilyas gitu, mungkin dari situ. Tapi it's Iyas Lawrence.
Untung dia nggak ngomong asik gitu ya.
Asik
Karena
ya.
would be asik loh.
Iya, asik sih jadi sepatu gitu. But I think that's a very catchy name, don't you think? Ya kan?
I don't know
Iyas
anyone
gitu.
else yang namanya Iyas.
I know two.
Exactly Iyas.
Iyas ya.
Oh, kalau Ilyas I know.
But yeah,
Iyas I don't know.
I know two Iyases. And we took a picture together. Iyas Pras gitu. We took a picture together with the Spider-Man pose gitu.
Oh, lucu banget.
So that's unique, gitu.
Terus what's your childhood like? Maksudnya sekolah gimana?
Yeah.
Apa sih childhood memories yang paling diingat sama Iyas?
There was always five of us. So my mom, my dad, Caroline, my little sister, and then Edward, my even younger brother, 14 years apart. We grew up, as I said, Bekasi, Bali. So it was back and forth. Alhamdulillah di sekolah internasional. My dad used to say, I give you the fishing rod, I give you the boat, all you gotta do is take the fish. So I got all the best boats and all the best rods gitu. Went to two international schools, in fact, Sekolah Pelita Harapan and Global Jaya. Didn't finish.
Hah? Maksudnya gimana?
No, because I
Didn't
was
finish apa nih SMA?
SMA. I didn't
SMA
finish.
nggak selesai?
No.
Apa alasannya?
So my dad said to me, finish your IB. I'm pretty sure you're familiar with IB,
Yeah.
and International Baccalaureate. Finish your IB and then off you go back to England.
Okay.
You go to Kent, study law. Terus being a
The
rebellious.
city of Kent.
The city of Kent.
Okay.
Karena he was from Kent. My family's in Kent. Jadi I was forced to go to Kent University to study law gitu. Dan gue panik duluan gitu. If you study law in the UK, berarti kan lu menetap di sana kan? Karena kan lu gak bisa belajar hukum sana terus kerja di sini kayak what for gitu.
Right.
So I was scared to death. Kayak I don't want to live my life in the UK. It's just too grim, to be there. So I said it was a huge fuck you to the family of like, can I swear here? No? Okay, sorry.
Boleh, ini YouTube kan ya, bukan?
Sorry. It was
Ini channel anak-anak ya.
it was a huge
Yeah.
goodbye.
Okay.
Gitu. I was like, no, I'm doing my own thing. I loved art.
Ini pas SMA nih.
SMA kelas 2 gitu.
Okay.
I'm doing my own thing. I decided to leave home. Kayak I don't wanna do law. I wanna do arts. Graphic designer is my thing gitu. So I took paket C.
Okay.
I took paket C, which is basically kayak mempercepat untuk dapat sertifikat SMA gitu,
Okay.
agar bisa apply ke kuliah. So I applied to universities, UPH and BINUS, both majoring in arts, graphic design, creative advertising. Got accepted in both. Dua-duanya ada semi beasiswanya. And then I came home after disappearing gitu. I said to my dad,
Itu disappearing gimana caranya sih? Maksudnya tinggal di mana sih kalau leave home?
I went. I was actually in Bekasi kan.
Okay.
But my dad was in Bali, so I left Bali, went back to Bekasi, and then like
Bekasi ada family?
Ada family
Okay.
juga. So it was like it wasn't disappearing. It was just being away from family for a bit gitu. So I got 2 certificates. I went back to Bali, if I'm not mistaken. I met my dad. I said, hey, how are you? And all that. I got news. You gave me the best fishing rod and blah, blah. Here's my fish.
Oh, wow. Terus?
Here's to beasiswa gitu tuh. What's your take now?
Iya.
And he said to me, go to London. And I was so sad. Kayak, really? Go study arts in London.
Kok nggak mau sih? Bingung deh.
So
Orang
then-
mau dikirim ke London nggak mau tuh gimana sih?
So
Orang
then-
tuh mimpi loh dikirim ke London.
So then I did go
Oh,
take
okay.
a short course doang tapi.
Alright. Okay.
I said I'll compromise. I'll be there for 3 months, 6 months max. If I love it, I'll stay. If I don't, I'll go
Okay.
back. Tapi I got BINUS and UP.
Okay. Akhirnya ke sana mencoba course.
Met a lot of people. They were amazing. Lived happily. One of the best times of my life. Tapi look, man, it's not bull crap. Tapi I just love this country so much.
Oh.
Until I had to realize bahwa no matter how perfect the place I was at gitu, I just want to go home. And home has always been Jakarta or Bekasi gitu, so I decided to come back and study here di BINUS. Yeah, great times.
Apa
fun
yang
times.
membuat Iyas ngerasa this is the best country to live in?
Man, I was.
Padahal kan sorry, mungkin ada teman saya nggak tahu you're half British, half American,
Half British,
half British, right?
Yeah.
Half British with a Caucasian father gitu loh.
Yeah.
Jadi sebenarnya it's half of you kan, it's
Of
part of
course.
your culture gitu.
Of
Tapi
course.
kenapa sampai disuruh sekolah aja sampai susah banget gitu?
The simplicity of everything, man. I mean, if your car breaks down at apa ya M14 gitu di tol di UK gitu, what do you do?
Telepon itu kan, kalau di Amerika kan triple A, di sana
Exactly. So you call someone, they come, and
Yeah.
then you pay, and then it's
Di
so
sana
much of a
namanya apa kalau
hassle.
di Amerika? RACV or something?
I don't know
Yeah,
what it's
something
called.
like that.
Gitu. Tapi here, if your car breaks down, somebody's gonna pull over and help you. A bengkel is not too far; it's like 300 meters away. It's always there. Gitu. The simplicity of everything. Gitu. I mean, don't get me to a point where racism comes to play a part. Gitu. I was in class and I said to myself, "Hey, my name is Iyas." Gitu. No, your name's Ching Chong. It's those those kind of things that bothered me. Maybe that was a thing back in
Okay. Sekarang
2000.
what's
I don't know now,
Nggak,
tapi
sekarang kan lagi demo banget tuh.
lagi demo
imigran.
banget. Yeah, exactly. Jadi,
Anyway.
it's being a stranger and then calling it home.
Okay.
It doesn't feel right, you know. And I know where home is, and this is where it is, and that's why I choose to be here. And plus, if I didn't pick Indonesia, I wouldn't meet my wife today.
Oh, congratulations on getting
Thank you.
married for 1 year now.
Yeah.
Cuma ternyata historinya lebih lama dari itu. Jadi
Betul.
tadi sebelum kita take, aku sebenarnya bilang, Iyas kok baru nikah sih? I thought udah nikah udah lama gitu kan, karena udah tahu you have this pasangan
Yeah.
gitu, you have this partner, and I thought you've been married kan, nggak pernah nanya soal
Yeah.
detail. Ternyata in a relationship for 10 years.
10 years,
sampai
yeah.
menikah. Wow.
Ninth, in fact, in ninth, and we just celebrated our 10th year together a few weeks ago.
Okay.
Kenapa
tuh? Kenapa relationshipnya 9 tahun sampai menikah? I mean bisa juga kan nggak
Yeah.
menikah. It could just be a partnership
True.
gitu. So
True.
what's the reason?
I think the reason why it took so long was because we had to figure out if kita masing-masing kita sudah cukup dewasa masing-masing. She wanted to get married when we were on our 5th year,
Okay.
and I thought to myself, oh, it's a bit too early gitu. And we went to couples therapist gitu.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, we did. We went to a marriage consultant gitu. How does this go? I said to myself, for me it's just a piece of paper. For her it's a whole lot of thing. And then if you really love me, you'd wait. And she did. She waited. And in our 9th year, I think it was our 7th year, I decided to myself, you know what? I think there's nothing else that makes me more happier than being with you. And it's not always about being happy. It's about those sad times. I want to be with you. Those great times, I want to be with you. And one consideration when it was our 5th year, gitu, I said to myself, I used to be a travel freak. So, and it was all very compulsive. Kaya, I want to go to Sumba. I want to go here and there. And I remember her saying, you can still do that, even better with me.
Yeah.
And then I realized, like, you're right. Like, let's do it. So I couldn't wait for that to happen. So we decided to tie the knot on our 9th year. Best decision ever. I wished I did it sooner. Cuman I knew if we did it sooner, both of us weren't ready.
Belum siap.
Belum siap. And sometimes it takes 9 years to be ready.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like finding your life purpose, gitu.
Yeah, yeah.
It takes a while. Tapi once you know it, it's there, gitu. And when I try to remember gitu, what's my life purpose now, mungkin yang hal kecil gitu, it's just to be a good partner for my wife gitu. And that should be enough gitu. Karena at the end of the day, it's just I come home to her, she comes home to me, kayak we are all we have at the end of the day gitu sih.
Oh, that's so nice to hear.
Yeah, and I can't imagine. Well, I still say this, even after 10 years being together. You know what I mean? Kayak I hope I can still say this next 30 years, 50
Yeah.
years, and that's.
Ada bedanya nggak setelah mempunyai that piece of paper
Ada.
menyatakan sudah menikah?
Ada.
Beda? Nggak ada?
Ada.
Oh ada. Apa bedanya?
Marriage is expensive ya.
Jadi apa? Maksudnya lebih ada kewajiban untuk apa gitu? Apa yang beda? Mahal di mana sih, guys?
Mahal di rumah, mahal di semua. No, I do everything. Pendewasaan itu mungkin perubahan yang paling besar.
Okay.
For example, I want to play golf. back in the day, it was all like, I want to play golf tomorrow at 5 o'clock in the morning. Off I go. Then, you know what? I feel good. Let's play another 18. And even the night before gitu, I slept at 12, which means I only got 4 hours of sleep. Screw it, let's just do it gitu.
Yeah.
Sekarang tuh banyak consideration yang, you know, I want to live longer for you. And also the second consideration is like, whilst I play 4 hours of golf, you're waiting at home. Kaya, where's the middle ground here? We gotta find kaya, do I come home or do I play once a month or twice a month? Kaya, there's a lot of discussion dan diskusi itu bukan berdasarkan perasaan yang kesal, bukan kayak damn it, if it wasn't because of you I'd go. Gitu. Enggak, it's more of a how do you feel? How do I feel? Jadi banyak teman diskusi. That's the major changes I feel.
Wow. So ini kan sebenarnya masalah kita, how do you find the dynamic ya?
True.
Alignmentnya seperti apa?
Yeah.
Gitu. So for you misalnya golf karena it takes a long time. Kalau dia apa?
Her animals.
Oh.
We live together with 20 cats,
Oh my God.
20 rescued cats, 2 amazing dogs. My boys, Polaris and Victor, 1 Dalmatian, one golden retriever. Cuman she rescues animal dari kecil gitu. And ya kompromi gue adalah ya you can't now go outside and just ke pasar take home and then bring it back gitu. No, there's lots of consideration for us to have karena ya perhitungannya per bulan kita hanya bisa mengeluarkan segini untuk binatang gitu. So there's lots of communicating in the house. Dan itu mungkin bukan maybe I don't know, tapi tidak butuh menikah untuk mengetahui itu. Tapi apparently for me, I needed to get married to be a grown adult now gitu sih.
I feel like Iyas and your wife Indira ya. Indira are very two emotionally mature people. Karena kalian bisa ngomongin hal-hal kayak gini mungkin easily ya. Dan mungkin juga setelah relationship selama 10 tahun, it helps right, you grow together gitu. Menurut Iyas ini ada efek dari your upbringing, her upbringing, atau just what you learn from surroundings?
Well, we talked about this. How could we have okay conversations gitu? I wouldn't say the best atau the greatest, cuman okay lah gitu. It comes, I think, from our trauma, because we didn't have the perfect childhood. We didn't have the perfect upbringing gitu. I grew up in a very strict family of table manners gitu. She grew up with the absence of a father. Jadi kayak that matched very well. I could give you a little bit of my cake, you give me a piece of your cake. So we learned a lot from our mistakes and upbringing. So yes, it came from a positive upbringing, tapi it also came from the negative upbringing. Bahwa we had to break the cycle of a few negative, I think keturunan negatif gitu. That was a very very
itu
tiring.
Bagus dong kalian berdua realize itu. Kan banyak orang nggak realize hal-hal seperti ini yang akhirnya mereka repeat the cycle.
Of course, dan itu adalah obrolan yang konstan ya.
Gimana caranya bisa sampai ke titik di mana let's be the cycle breaker of anything yang negatif?
It's a huge it's a constant learning of conversations. Jadi misal ada kejadian A gitu, nah itu cara penyampaiannya bahwa this is what your mother would do, this is what your father would do, and we don't want to continue that gitu. Dan itu mungkin salah satu hal yang, I mean, we have 2 amazing dogs as I said. Misalnya mereka melakukan sesuatu yang buruk, and I had a crazy day at work, and I shout at them gitu. And she would remind me bahwa they don't understand, kayak why shout at something that doesn't understand gitu. Dan she reminds me bahwa you're acting like this, you're acting like that, you should not. Dan itu menjadi konstan kan, pelajaran yang terus-terus. Jadi hal-hal kecil yang bisa dibelajarin terus sih gitu.
So what kind of husband is Iyas? Menurut Iyas ya, mungkin menurut Indira beda lagi ya.
I don't know. I am an okay. I think I'm the type of husband that appreciates the little and big things that she do. And that's really important menurut gue, bahwa hal-hal kecil dan hal-hal besar harus dirayakan. So I was brought up in a family of very romantic father.
Oh ya.
Yeah, he was very romantic.
Contohnya yang paling ingat.
So we always had flowers in the house.
Ini your dad yang beli?
Yeah, my dad. Kok
lucu banget sih?
Yeah, every occasion flowers gitu. birthdays selalu handwritten notes.
Ini boleh banget ya?
Boleh banget sih, boleh banget sih.
Thing,
it is a very British thing. It is a very British thing. He even gets more romantic when he's drunk. Jadi it's very
wow.
British. So I do that now gitu.
Okay.
Then my florist, actually 2 days ago, my wife akhirnya ketemu my florist which is in Kemang kan.
Okay. Oh jadi selama ini floristnya disembunyikan?
Enggak disembunyikan, cuman she just doesn't buy flowers kan.
Oh, okay.
Jadi I always buy
I have
flowers.
a secret florist.
No, so which is a male anyway. So I went to the florist dan dia tahu gitu setiap tanggal 8 September akan ada bunga, setiap 14 Februari akan ada bunga dan kayak bahkan hal-hal sekecil kemarin negara lagi nggak baik-baik aja. I feel like she's been very vocal dan dia sangat stres. I bought her green and pink flowers. Kayak hal sekecil itu yang menurut gue harus girls always say, most girls gitu zaman sekarang bilang I don't like flowers. Kayak what are they for gitu. Well, have you tried giving it to them? Kayak, have you seen their face when they get a flower? Kayak, no matter what they say, flowers are beautiful. It's nice. But now I have lots of considerations karena apparently dogs are allergic to lilies.
Oh yeah,
I didn't know that either. But yeah, so that's one of the smaller gestures.
Bunga bank juga biasanya berarti sih. Ya,
exactly.
Transferan bunga. Oh ini udah duitnya udah berkembang.
Yeah, she said, now that we're married, why don't we celebrate every anniversary with gold? I'm like, wow, good idea. Can I buy it now for the next 10 years?
Yeah. Do you talk about all the stuff sebelum nikah? Kayak financial expectations, maybe, I don't know, if there's any religion involved, atau if you want to have kids gitu. Semua diomongin dulu.
Semua diomongin. I think when we talk about money, terutama ya, it's what's gonna happen now that we're married gitu. Whether it's earnings, whether it's, pengeluaran gitu. Pengeluaran lebih penting. Karena kan menurut gue beda ya single man pengeluaran ketika lo having a good day at a golf course, it's like I want to bet here, I want to bet there gitu. That's not possible anymore. Jadi kita ngeluarin, we have this sheet where it's like this month's income, this month's outcome, terus ada sisanya kita invest kemana, terus kayak there's lots of force major in our lives, kayak banyak kayak anjing kita harus ke rumah sakit, kucing kita harus apa, jadi we spare that. So those conversations happened before we got married.
Okay.
Tapi it's a whole different story when we're actually doing it gitu. Kayak, hold up, why is this red? Kayak, didn't we fix that one last month? Yang gitu-gitu kan banyak yang harus kita diskusikan gitu sih.
What about the potential of having children? Itu sesuatu yang in the map?
Well, it was a conversation we had years ago before we decided to get married gitu. Apakah do we want to bring a kid to this problematic earth gitu? To that extent gitu. Even we had a conversation to that extent. And we haven't decided until today gitu whether we want it, whether we don't. Cuman kita bukan tipe orang yang kayak God's will, if it's gonna happen, if it's not gitu. Kita yang merencanakan gitu.
Yeah.
Right now we say we don't want it yet karena gue pribadi merasa bahwa apakah gue mau punya anak di Jakarta gitu. As much as I love this place, as much as I live here, I don't remember the amount of time I get really frustrated going back home from Kemang to Rempoa, sitting down for 1.5 hours. Do I really want to have a kid next to me when I'm that stressful gitu? Okay. When I can't find my inner peace, she can't find her inner peace. Kayak I think kita belum siap gitu. So maybe yes, tapi maybe bukan di Jakarta juga sih.
Jadi di mana dong kalau nggak di Jakarta? Di Inggris?
No, still no.
Still no. Bali gitu, atau anywhere yang mungkin lebih tidak stressful kotanya.
Iya. Bali or Jakarta, I would still pick Jakarta. Growing up in Bali was a nightmare for me.
Masa? Kenapa?
Karena I had neighbors that come and go. Karena kan itu bukan tempat yang menetap ya, bukan.
Banyak expats.
Iya, banyak expats. Kayak I had neighbors from Australia. I'm like, yeah, we got Bobby. It's good. And then the next day he's from German. I'm like, I gotta learn German now. Kayak what's this? Gitu. Jadi, and it's always been a vacation home. Jadi for us to go there, It's more of a relaxed mode.
Jadi di mana dong? Berarti ya? Ideally ya.
I said to my wife, I wanted to be somewhere near the beach, tapi near the mountains. So Sukabumi would be something that I really consider. And then she said to me, tapi terlalu jauh dari Grand Laki. I'm like,
Grand Laki ya patokannya ya.
Yeah, I'm like, girl, we got married we've been together for 10 years. I think we've only been to Grand Laki 5 times. But maybe that's, in the middle of Sukabumi and Jakarta, maybe somewhere in between.
No, okay.
I want a huge land where my dogs can run free.
Okay. Like in a farm gitu ya, lucu.
Yeah, maybe like a Victoria Beckham and David Beckham
ya
kind of
boleh
life.
lah, boleh.
Yeah, kan?
You grow your own ini kan, vegetables, chicken,
exactly,
gitu kan.
Exactly.
Itu actually ideal sih. Cuma nggak tahu ya udaranya. Sukabumi tapi dingin ya.
Kenapa?
I've never been Sukabumi. Agak dingin udaranya.
Quite cold, yeah. Why? But let me ask you gitu. Apakah lu punya mimpi yang sama juga atau menetap di Jakarta tuh?
Menurut gue, orang kalau nanya ya, setiap kali nanya, ini gue baru berubah setelah gue pindah ke Jakarta. Dari dulu kan gue bilang, enggak, gue gak mau tinggal. Ini Luna juga tahu lah. Gue gak pernah mau tinggal di Indonesia. Gue justru ke
really?
loh. Yeah.
The opposite, okay.
Yeah, because I spent over 20 years
in
lah,
the USA.
tinggal luar negeri. Ya. Yang akhirnya gue balik sini, I'm very happy tinggal di Jakarta. Tapi kalau ditanya bakal balik lagi nggak? To be honest, I don't know. Mau nggak? Right now belum. Jadi kalau ditanya sebenarnya I want to be able to be based anywhere.
Oh, nomad.
Yeah, I just want to be a nomad gitu.
Yeah,
karena I think you don't know what's happening in this country, di country ini. Jadi
True.
I want to be flexible aja sih.
True.
Karena menetap is a very strong word.
Yes. Well,
for me it is karena gue sering pindah-pindah.
Yeah.
Jadi for me it's a strong word. Sedangkan I'm used to the moving around, adapting to new places, which I love.
Yeah.
Jadi kalau gue ya mungkin gue lebih situ kali ya.
Yeah, I remember also Indira juga mention gitu. Why don't we live? This is such a dream. Cuman kayak in the Nordic gitu atau kayak in Norway atau di Sweden atau that country gitu dan. It's the happiest place in the world gitu. Cuman how are we going to live there with kita terbiasa dengan fast paced Jakarta pindah ke sana gitu. It's those kind of conversations that yang kita akhirnya kayak lebih make sense kalau kita nggak jauh-jauh banget dari Jakarta sih. Gitu.
I think juga banyak tempat-tempat yang kita juga pasti suka when we travel. Ada yang tempat enak buat liburan aja. Ada yang enak buat sekolah aja, ada yang enak mungkin buat kerja 2 tahun aja.
Exactly,
gitu,
that's how I feel about the UK.
Ya bener sih, UK I don't think I cannot imagine myself living there, not yet ya, karena mungkin belum pernah menetap lama di sana. Cuma ya, no I understand. People kan semua drawn into certain places untuk menetap di beberapa tempat yang sesuai hati ya. That's right. Sesuai hati dan situasi. Nah, so I love your Instagram bio. You say that I listen for a living.
That's right. Yeah.
So, kenapa? Why do you say that?
I think I changed that when I finished reading Rick Rubin's book. There was a segment on listening. And I realized gitu bahwa bertahun-tahun melakukan podcast dan diwawancara dan segala macam, the most important thing adalah mendengarkan kan. And it's different than listening is not actually ketika lawan bicara sesuatu terus kita berpikir respon kita apa gitu. Listening is actually mencerna, memahami. Dan kalau memang perlu disampaikan opini ya kita sampaikan, kalau enggak ya tidak gitu. Dan itu yang mungkin mengubah gue untuk menyadari bahwa that's my talent gitu. It's being able to understand. Because if you just wanna continue to talk, you're not gonna get that information inside you gitu. You're putting out information yang mungkin itu bukan informasi pada akhirnya gitu. It's just words coming out of your mouth. So I try to listen, and it's something I practice, and I say to myself, yeah, I listen for a living. Karena if I act for a living, no, I'm not an actor.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. Never say never. Yes.
Never say never. I don't know.
Tapi it's true. I completely agree. I think we need to learn to listen, to understand instead of to react. To respond. Tapi I think I also I often sebenarnya come across your writings juga. I like how you write. I think you're a great writer and storyteller.
Oh, thank you.
Kan you also react to certain situations juga ya yang mungkin meresahkan gitu. What do you think about all that? Apa tentang kan everybody has the right to either stay quiet or berbicara atau apa. Where does that come from sebenarnya?
I've always loved writing, and one of my first job adalah sebagai photojournalist dan jurnalis kan. Jadi memahami cara menulis yang baik dan benar, mencoba untuk memiliki karakter ketika kita menulis gitu, itu kan bukan sesuatu yang mudah gitu, tapi dapat dipelajari. I remember talking to my editor, and my editor said to me bahwa semua orang bisa menulis gitu, semua orang bisa melatih dirinya sendiri untuk menulis gitu. Pertanyaannya adalah, do you want to do it or not gitu. Dan I really enjoy writing. I think writing is necessary for me gitu. Even if I'm not supposed to be writing gitu, jadi journaling, like menulis hal-hal yang menurut gue harus diutarakan gitu, whether it's the political state, whether it's about something that crossed my mind, whether it's about religion, whether it's everything in between. Dan dulu tuh funny enough, orang mungkin mengenal seorang Iyas tuh ya dari tulisannya dulu di ASFM, I used to have a blog, and I hope one day gitu I get to write a book gitu. There's something about writing that's very similar with golf.
Oh ya, gimana?
It's waking up in the morning, knowing, and then you know what to do. Okay. You go to the you pay, you get your passport, you go to your locker room, you start your daily activity, and you go in front of your tee box, right? But you don't know where that shot is going.
Okay.
Whether it's going to the right, whether it's going to the left, where are you gonna shank it, or are you gonna do a mulligan? It's like that, I wake up, I get really excited about it, I make my coffee, I pull up my pen, and you start writing. And then sometimes you just cross it and you just do a mulligan. And then like, oh, I didn't know I would feel this way. Then I'll continue writing it. And that's very therapeutic for me. See.
Right. So you like the routine tapi you don't know where it's gonna take you.
Yeah. And that's the beauty of writing for
Dari
me.
dulu tapi you do journal every day. Seberapa sering sih journaling? I started doing it.
Really?
Because I also love writing. Karena I love reading, so I ended up liking writing. So sebelum punya Tias Media, I never watch YouTube or anything loh.
Yeah.
Karena I rather read articles.
That's right, yeah.
Karena itu lebih, nggak tahu ya, informasinya lebih masuk to me. Mungkin karena lebih I can read at my pace kali ya. Kalau nonton
cepet banget
how to gitu-gitu kan kayak aduh gue harus repeat lagi.
Iya, I agree.
Apa gue yang
gue sering mundur.
Jadi for me reading something buat gue lebih mendidik buat gue sih daripada nonton sesuatu gitu ya.
Iya, betul. Dan I feel the same way, karena menurut gue ketika membaca tuh ada rasa kita untuk memvalidasi gitu, kayak is this correct? Is this not gitu? Oh, I have a book on that. You know what I mean? Kayak jadi bisa back and forth.
Terus bisa
gitu.
pause anytime you want. Kayak oke, gue pikir oh ya benar juga ya gitu.
Yeah. Tapi my wife is a crazy reader. She's a crazy reader than I am. She has that Kindle.
Okay.
She decorates her Kindle. Cuman pas gue liat kayak wow, all these books. I
Banyak
can't even imagine.
Listnya, ya?
No, I can't imagine gitu sih.
Yeah. Kindle ya. I was a Kindle reader and then for some reason gue balik ke buku lagi sekarang.
Oh ya?
Padahal darinya gue kan udah sustainability. Sustainability is very good.
Nothing beats
terus
that.
Gue dulu sering pindah rumah. Jadi gue akhirnya Kindle karena repot banget. Cuma karena gue udah di Jakarta udah cukup lama, I think it's okay. I may go back to books. Karena beda aja. Feeling is different. Beda banget baca buku.
A unique story is that gue setiap ulang tahun tanggal ganjil itu selalu buku. Dari
ulang
bokap.
Tahun tanggal
ulang tahun umur ganjil.
Ulang tahun bukan sama terus ya.
Umur ganjil itu buku. Umur genap itu selalu botol wine. Dan it's
which are lebih lu keluar yang mana ya?
Oh, wine obviously. Tapi kalau misalnya puluhan gitu, let's say umur 10, 15, 20, 25 gitu, it's always the same wine. So we open up the same port wine together as a family. Jadi growing up there was always books karena birthdays on Sundays we always buy books, and it's always interesting sih. Then I feel the best festivals and I really want to give a shout out gitu. Festival terbaik menurut gue sepanjang gue hidup adalah ya Ubud Readers and Writers Festival gitu.
Oh ya, I wanna go deh, belum pernah.
Yeah, dan as a kid I used to go all the time ke sana, dari sekolah, dari orang tua, because we only live 2 hours away. Jadi we were forced to go there. And last year, for the first time, I got to become the speaker gitu. Dan I remember going there untuk Bumi Manusianya, gue lupa sih, Pramudia gitu.
Tahun lalu,
tahun lalu I was actually the moderator untuk kakaknya gitu. Dan it was a full circle and made me so happy, and I'm so excited this year I get to go back and do it again.
That's
gitu.
nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Nah, sekarang do you think ini kan you're a writer, podcaster juga, you were a journalist. Menurut Ia sekarang audience kita di Indonesia, mereka tuh lebih percaya sama siapa sih? News media, ataukah podcaster, ataukah influencer, ataukah apa? Karena there's so many information loh yang kita dapat setiap hari ya. Dan kadang-kadang kita nggak tahu ini yang mana yang bener sih gitu.
I think trust is a big word ya, karena maksudnya untuk memvalidasi sebuah informasi dari satu pihak kan sangat sulit ya gitu. If I say the sky is red, you wouldn't believe it gitu, because you know full well. Tapi if I say to somebody that's the sky is red, and then they really is a big fan of me, they would probably accept that the sky
tergantung
is red.
Siapa yang
menyampaikan gitu. Dan untuk menjawab itu berarti singkatnya adalah semua orang punya sumber masing-masing dalam mendapatkan informasi dan percaya terhadap informasi tersebut, dan itu yang sangat bahaya gitu. Dulu ketika terjadinya tragedinya si Mario Dandi yang digebukin itu, di grup keluarga heboh gitu. Everybody knew about it karena my brother is not too far of an age gap with him, apa segala macam. I knew the information from Instagram. My mother knew it from WhatsApp gitu. My sister knew it from TikTok. My brother knew it from YouTube Shorts. Jadi it's all these media that plays a huge part gitu. Mau itu platformnya ataupun perorangannya. So yang paling sulit adalah for me now is that I have one of the platforms gitu. I have Magna Talks, you have TS gitu. You have CEO Room gitu. Dan itu menjadi beban juga untuk memberikan informasi karena it's the freedom of speech. Everybody can say everything on top of what you're saying. Dulu when we read the papers, you can't deny the facts. This happened. Oh shoot, where do I counter this information gitu? Now you can just go to the comment section and counter the information, and whether it's right or wrong, yang penting suara gue keluar gitu. Dan itu yang mungkin bisa bahaya karena ditangkap oleh orang gitu, informasi-informasi tersebut. So it takes a huge responsibility sih of doing this, ya kan?
Setuju. Sekarang tuh sangat mudah ya menggiring opini ya. Padahal gara-gara baca komen loh. Kadang-kadang ya. Kadang-kadang, well, you are absolutely right. I think as a media semua punya tanggung jawab ya. Semua punya tanggung jawab untuk menyampaikan informasi yang benar gitu. So, Ia sendiri dengan Magna Talks apa? What do you believe in sebagai media? Apa? What's the DNA? What's the value?
We cover what matter. So if we think we know bahwa tanah Papua matter, then we talk about it.
Right.
If we think that the mafia in sepak bola Indonesia itu harus dimusnahkan, ya kita bicarakan tentang itu. I remember 2009 gitu, 2010. I said to my dad, "Hey, I want to download Twitter." He said, "Why?" I said, "That's where you get the fastest information in the world."
Itu jawabannya Iya.
Yeah, I said that. I remember him saying this, asking me, countering me, "Why do you need to know something so fast?" And I don't know, but I need it. You don't. Why would you need something fast that's probably inaccurate?
Right.
Why don't you take your time to find the accuracy of an information? Oh shoot, that applies till today.
Iya benar.
Kayak menteri siapa dilantik? Apakah dengan kita ngeposting itu di Magna Talks memberikan informasi yang penting untuk masyarakat? Mungkin iya, tapi itu kan dipost sama media-media lain.
Juga, ya.
Kenapa dia dilantik itu jauh lebih penting. And if it takes 2 days to write that, to dig more information about that, then do so.
Mendingan take some time ya.
Take some time and then be very detailed about it.
Ada nggak yang you find ya topik atau kejadian yang you think matters, tapi for you susah banget untuk diberitain karena ada dilema. Aduh nanti ini gitu.
Oh banyak lah, banyak. Cuman you can't please everyone.
Yeah.
I really want to do things yang karena we have the ability. You lived abroad. I've lived abroad. I have this different thoughts juga of this country gitu. Banyak hal-hal yang mungkin orang anggap biasa tapi kok buat kita ini agak aneh ya. Hal-hal itu kan kadang mau dibuat sebagai tulisan atau sebuah dokumenter gitu. Tapi kan kita harus mikirin kita juga dibayar oleh brand. Kita juga harus menjalani hidup kita sebagai media. Betul. Harus ada sisi netralnya, harus ada sisi lainnya gitu, sisi bercandanya, sisi entertainingnya. Jadi banyak kompromi sih ketika kita memiliki sebuah media.
Right.
But where's the line gitu? I think the line is when somebody's life is on the line and we gotta talk about it despite it's against the norm atau apa gitu. I think that's really important. Jadi, and I'm really happy bahwa sebagai CEO gitu bisa mengutarakan informasi itu ke anak-anak gue gitu dan mereka juga merasa bahwa I'm with you gitu. And that's really important for me sih gitu.
Okay. So as a great listener, yes, kali ini kan you're the one talking yang ditanya-tanya. Apa rasanya jadi sekarang yang ditanya-tanya?
I feel good about it. I like talking as well. I like one-on-ones, I like having good conversations. And I know you're very brilliant at doing this, Mer. Although I remember you said in the beginning, I'm not trained to do this, this is more of a Luna thing, But you enjoy it, and that's enough, and that's more than enough. Tapi I realize one thing, bahwa I really enjoy this, tapi I don't really enjoy it when it's out, and I see the comments gitu. I get really insecure.
Oh yeah.
I don't know how.
Insecurity-nya apa?
I don't know how Luna do it. I don't know how you do it. Kayak nggak tahu sih. Gue nggak pernah. I was never trained to be in front of the camera.
Sama dong.
Exactly. Bahkan ketika Magna Talks dulu mau lahir tuh, gue selalu bilang, ayo kita cast hostnya gitu. I remember Metro TV pernah ngundang gue untuk gantiin seseorang buat program mereka gitu. It took me 11 takes to do the intro. Karena gue harus ngomong ke kamera, hai pemirsa. Kayak, that's not for me. Dan I realize sampai detik ini bahwa I cannot handle all the pressures and the comments from people gitu.
Apa yang bikin insecure apa?
I don't know.
Takut dikritik isinya atau visualnya atau apa?
Visual I don't mind. It's more of a banyak hal yang gue sampaikan tapi mereka tidak menangkap itu 100%. Okay. Jadi memiliki opini sendiri yang gue pengen bantah tapi harusnya nggak usah kayak it's just wasting my time gitu. And it's just misalnya gini, I was invited to Ray Johnson a few weeks ago. Brilliant man, he's a great chef and amazing cook. And he asked me to bring 3 food that I love gitu. One of them was I love a good cheese platter of Stilton Brie and then Camembert and Cornichon and everything.
Duh, Inggris banget ini orang.
So we had that gitu. We had that. I enjoyed talking about it. And the comment was like, oh, look at this rich spoiled kid. Kayak, jadi it's that kind of thing yang menurut gue, if only you listen to the podcast of how I appreciate all these little things when I'm not broke, you know what I mean? Kayak, when I have a little bit of money. That's how I celebrate. You probably have booze. You probably have what? This is how I celebrate. Kayak, ya itu hal-hal sederhana itu sih.
Itu ya.
Dan mungkin I'm just not media trained aja sih, Mer. That's why I like to say fuck you in podcasts.
tapi selama ini kalau ngeliat komen gitu diam aja. You don't. Padahal kan kadang-kadang mungkin pengen respond ya. Do you respond? Do you ever respond?
I don't respond. Tapi deep down I respond. You know what I mean? Kayak, how do you handle the pressures from netizen?
Gue nggak sepenting itu sampai di pressure.
Okay.
No, that's what I feel. Mungkin orang kan lebih Luna is a celebrity. I'm not a celebrity. Gue bukan artis.
How does Luna do it tapi?
Luna udah biasa aja. Luna biasa aja. Dulu dia sensi tuh waktu masih umur 20-an awal-awal sensi. Sekarang dia udah lama-lama
bodo amat.
Ya udahlah. Gue mau ngomong apa juga dikomenin. Mau itu bagus atau enggak gitu. Kalau dia udah it builds up with the career. Kalau gue mungkin I think people mau komen apa, gue pikir orang udahlah gue nggak sepenting itu juga gitu. I feel that. I wanna. I think I should feel that way juga sih. Maksudnya I don't feel important atau apa, cuman it just gets me, you know. Iya, ngerti sih. Karena mungkin kita niatnya baik ya. Our intention adalah mungkin menceritakan sesuatu, ya kan, from our own experience and background. Cuma kan nggak semua orang mengerti experience kita.
Betul, dan
jadi menganggapnya itu menjadi suatu yang ya either lebay, mewah atau apa gitu. Padahal ya for us, buat kita ya itu kan kita belajar dari our history gitu.
Betul. I think one of the scariest part of feeling this way adalah pada akhirnya menjadi seseorang yang bukan kita. Ketika di depan kamera atau di depan umum gitu, that's what I'm scared the most gitu, bahwa I become so fake that I try to kiss people's ass now gitu, kayak where in fact I'm me gitu. This is how I was brought up, this is how I speak, this is how I live gitu. Dan semoga itu bisa terus terjadi sih.
Sebenarnya kadang-kadang gue juga yang gue suka nggak enak adalah banyak orang yang nonton YouTube bilang jangan kebanyakan bahasa Inggris dong gitu,
itu
nggak ngerti
kebal.
atau apa gitu kan. Gue ngerti kok, maksudnya nggak ngerti, oke, I understand gitu. Cuma karena, dan kita ngomong bahasa Inggris tuh bukan sombong loh. It's how I think. Iya gitu. Jadi kadang-kadang mungkin kalau ngomongin bahasa Indonesia mungkin jadi lebih lama nih.
Betul.
Jelasinnya. I'm sorry gitu. Maksudnya untuk penonton-penonton yang sebenarnya kita boleh lihat sisi positifnya adalah kita bisa belajar juga bahasa lain, bahasa Inggris. Kita juga belajar bahasa Inggris kan dari gue SD di Indonesia ya. Belajar bahasa Inggris karena nonton film-film di TV gitu loh. Jadi mungkin bisa dilihat, oh kita lihat sisi positifnya deh. Mungkin kita jadi mengerti conversational bahasa Inggris gitu. Jadi nggak sengaja, gue nggak sombong atau apa karena
of course not.
Gue bisa bahasa Inggris, cuma kebetulan that's how I think aja.
Yang bikin gue happy sekarang adalah ketika ada komen-komen seperti itu, Mer. Orang-orang udah pada ngebantu tuh. Udah kayak ya lo nya aja kali yang bego misalnya gitu kayak wow, that's one way to say it.
Kita lihat sisi positif lah. Anyway kan bisa dinyalain tuh subtitle kalau nggak ngerti. Tapi ya I'm sorry banget nih teman setia ya, kadang-kadang aku pengen kok bisa full bahasa Indonesia. Cuma
juga ingin
karena ngomongnya sama Iyas juga kan.
Gue lagi yang disalahin.
Bukan disalahin. Karena I know we converse better juga mungkin English gitu. Jadi ya kan tergantung lawan main. Kalau misalnya aku interview someone yang nggak bisa bahasa Inggris, aku akan usaha 100% tidak pakai bahasa Inggris sama sekali.
I had one conversation with Ivan Lanin gitu, Wikipediawan dan orang yang sangat pandai bahasa Indonesia, dan dia sangat
I think I
spesifik
know this guy. Dia pernah kerja with my husband dulu.
Oh really?
Dan dia suka mengkoreksi grammar bahasa Indonesia yang baik dan benar kan.
Dia hafal KBBI dari ujung sampai ujung. And I wanted to to impress him gitu. I started saying words that didn't exist kayak mengapa kayak I've never said that in my kenapa aja gitu, kenapa harus mengapa, kayak it's just too much for me.
Oh well, anyway I'm very happy
happy.
Ada waktu Iyas untuk ngobrol one on one akhirnya. I love conversing with you as always. Hari ini keren banget by the way.
Sukacita sama-sama kan?
Iya, kok tahu sih? Kok tahu sih ini Sukacita sama-sama brand lokal Indonesia? Oh karena ininya ya patternnya. Nggak janjian loh ya padahal.
Nggak janjian. But you know, I've Sukacita supported my wedding. I support them as well. Jadi and I think it's a shout out juga buat mereka. They're you know helping all those ibus kan.
Yes,
gitu.
yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. Ada pesan-pesan nggak sih buat teman setia mungkin yang I don't know, what's the word of the day or the quote of the day from Iyas Lawrence?
Oh, you're putting me on pressure here.
What is the best quote or advice you've ever received?
I don't have a best quote or advice. Oh, there is.
Yang pernah Iyas dapat?
Yeah, it's always a tradition every morning. Every time we say goodbye, ketika kita mau sekolah, selalu hal yang sama. Ketika kita pamit salim mau sekolah gitu sebelum masuk mobil. It's always be good, take care, and work hard.
Be good, take care, and work hard. Nice.
That's it.
Simple tapi meaningful.
Hopefully.
Yeah, thank you.
I hope we get to play golf now after 3 years ya.
Kita masih utang kan mainnya. Masih. Okay. Mau dong diajak ke lapangan golf yang seru-seru gitu.
Oh yeah, I do that quite a lot dulu. I used to go to Papua, Lombok.
Wow. Yeah, played in Lombok juga. Waktu coffee tuh enak soalnya sepi kan.
Betul. Exactly.
But yeah, let's do golf.
Let's make it a plan.
Play golf. Thank you Yas, thank you teman setia for watching. Semoga apa yang didengar semoga ada manfaatnya lah ya.
Hopefully.
Atau bisa mengisi hari-hari yang lagi slow gitu. But always happy to share and also talk to a lot of inspirational figure I guess and different leaders. Jadi jangan lupa nonton CEO Room berikutnya, and also we have membership di TS Media YouTube channel and our community Fansivity. Thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next episode.
Bye bye.